But so it's helpful, my experience at least, is helpful as soon as possible arrive at a clear understanding or a rational understanding of what this ultimate reality is. That it is impersonal, and it is not a person, it is formless, and yet it is a presence, and it is a reality. It exists, and it is knowable. But some people say, well, no, I like my God to be a person, a big father idea, the Lord in heaven. Some say, oh, I prefer a divine mother, because mothers are nicer than fathers. They aren't quite as tough on you. They aren't as disciplined as fathers are. But God isn't a father, and God isn't a mother, and God doesn't have a will or doesn't have druthers or desires. It's not that way at all. But to try to understand that there is an ultimate reality with these two aspects, absolute or transcendent, and the aspect with characteristics which can produce and does produce universes. And then see yourself, intellectually at least, maybe intuitively, as a unit of the pure essence of that ultimate reality. Therefore, you are immortal. You are as immortal as it is, timeless, changeless, as it is. And so the ultimate experience, according to many mystics, of course, yogis use language differently than some Christian mystics or mystics of other cultures, but they're all talking about pretty much just the same thing, and they're trying to describe enlightenment. And in Sanskrit, the yogis refer to it as Sat Chitananda. Sat, existence, Chit, consciousness, and Ananda as joyousness of realization of being. So it is conscious, joyous, eternal existence. We read the word, we see the word Ananda used a lot in yogic literature, and defined as bliss, but it doesn't mean emotion. It means sheer exhilaration of realization of our essence. It's not just sitting there and saying, "Oh, I feel so good." It's not that. It's a superior, more transcendent experience, realization. But so it's useful not to settle in at any stage of meditative experience. This side of transcendence. Master told me about this one time. He said, some saints are satisfied to enjoy the bliss of God communion, the sense of communion with the larger reality, and they don't aspire to go beyond that stage. Then he said, but you have to go all the way. But that means you have to wake up completely. So you can meditate and feel very peaceful, and that's wonderful. Even blissful or joyous, that's useful. Or you can have stages of extreme clarity of awareness, and that's useful. But the thing is, we don't want to settle at any of these places and say, I've got it. This is all I need. I'm there. And then every time we sit, work to get into that state of blissfulness or joyousness or clarity of awareness up to a certain stage, and then just hang out there. That is beneficial because it'll produce side benefits, a stronger immune system, and slow your biological aging processes, and provide you peace of mind and emotional stability. And that's all useful, but it's not the ultimate realization. So whatever experience you have, it's useful to inquire, is there anything beyond this? Is there anything more? And be open to the possibility of discovery. And eventually you'll get to the stage where there isn't anything more. You'll know this when you are there. You'll know it. But then you will be fully awake, fully spiritually enlightened. Before that, you're not fully awake. So the idea is to be fully spiritually enlightened, and to the stage of what is called liberation of consciousness. And what this means is that your awareness, consciousness, doesn't have any dark spots or any delusions, no erroneous ideas or opinions, and no misperceptions. Whatever you observe, you perceive it with accuracy. Because if you observe without perceiving with accuracy, then if you think you've got it when you haven't got it, then you have an illusion, a mistaken perception. And then you may have an erroneous belief or an opinion. And so to be liberated, to have a consciousness that's liberated, is to have a consciousness that is absolutely pure. And no delusions or flawed beliefs or opinions or misperceptions. And not even any troublesome subconscious influences, no residue from the past of memories or impulses that are still anchored in your subconscious that now and then become activated and cause you discontent or trouble of some kind, or feeling of having been traumatized or abused or not appreciated or whatever. You don't have any of that anymore. It's all washed out. It's all gone. As they used to say when I was growing up in the fundamentalist church, your sins are washed whiter than snow. You're all cleaned up, and it's all, your consciousness is all cleaned up, and that's what it means to be enlightened, fully enlightened, illumined by the radiance of your being. And that radiance doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within you, because you are it. You are a unit of the supreme it, or itness. So therefore everything is within you. That's the basic teaching too, isn't it? It's all inside. But look outside, have some confirmation, or want some input, but eventually realize it's all inside. And that's why the awakening to self-realization is really a process or processes of self-revelation, a coming forth and an observation of that which was previously unknown, but it was there all the time. It was concealed. Not concealed by something that didn't want you to know, but concealed because you weren't able to see it. But it's there, and then you realize what it is.